I forgot what I put as your title that quick. I've been just sitting in your meditation. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. Okay. Um, yeah, I definitely got thrown because, like most times, right when before I come into the readings, the sign will begin to flood me with downloads, and I'm just trying to make sure anything that comes through matches. Okay. All right. Good morning, Virgo. Good morning, good morning, good morning. What is this? Wednesday morning? Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Goddess Divine Reflections, and here we blend intuitive messages, tarot, and personal reflection. These are general readings, so take what resonates and simply leave what doesn't. Before I touch the cards today, Virgo, I've been sitting in your energy for a few days, actually. I think you guys started to come in, if not yesterday, the day before. And like I said, very little information at first, but right as I came into your reading, of course, lots of stuff. Some of the themes that were coming through, and let me go ahead and get our cards connected while I give you these downloads and start shuffling so we can get the flow going. But some of the downloads that, of course, some came from what the title has changed to. It originally started out with you let yourself go. But when I set in the energy and the more I set with your energy, it wasn't for every Virgo. This is specific, okay? And it felt like it was more of the men than the women. But take what resonates, like I said, and leave what doesn't. Because overall, this could have been you, is what came out. So this could be you talking to someone. This could be someone you're observing and you're just having these thoughts to yourself. Like this could have been you or whatever. Is it love? I am not quite sure just yet. But again, like I stated in the beginning, this is the general readings. We could get love, we can get money, career, we can get partnerships, work, family, all types of relationships, right? So we won't be determining that today. You will, of course, because these are for the collective. But when we come back in the weeklies, we will do a weekly love read specific to your sign. So stay tuned for that. Make sure your notifications are on, and let's jump into your reading. So, but before, let me give you the last few things that came through because that was all initially, right? Jupe cologne may be significant. Spice Adams. It's funny that those things are coming up. I wonder if he's a Virgo. He does give that energy. I'm not sure. But another thing, or another 2 to 3 things that came up as I was sitting here right before coming on film. Take your blood pressure. Some of you may have forgotten. Kids were significant, but it was something in regards to kids getting in the way. I don't know what that is in regards to. Could be playfully so, but it also could be not playfully. It's serious business. But the final message that came through was, and I knew I was going to forget it. I knew it was going to be the last one. 2, twins. Not sure if that's significant to you or your children if you have any, or be cautious if you're trying. And then it was one last message. Ooh, let's see. It's going to come back to me. But when I came to put your title, I struggled between the two. You're supposed to be, you're not yourself. Things of you let yourself go. This could have been you, but this could have been you seem more appropriate because, like I said, this energy of letting yourself go, that's going to be very, very rare for a Virgo woman. And to the eye or the perspective of others, you won't see it happening. They won't visually let you see themselves letting themselves go. If it happened, you could be witnessing it and not even know. But I do believe that you may have been even connected to someone who did this. We're gonna let the cards do the explain. Oh, and then I want to find that last download so bad because it was so significant. It was something. Was it something in regards to money? I think so. I'm gonna get it. Y'all just bear with me. That's why I try to wait before how y'all start talking. It's like, wait, why would you wait until I'm about to click live? Like, because I could have wrote it down somewhere just so I wouldn't forget. Because that's what I'm looking at over here, referencing some of my notes, and that's one I didn't write down because it just came through. But anywho, some of the things you need to look at as we go through these cards: potential self neglect, Virgos, lost potential, letting yourself go, appearance, maybe confidence, health, discipline, purpose. Hence, I say take your blood pressure. Leave these open. Let's allow the cards to, you know, determine where spirit is actually pointing. Where have you stopped investing in yourself? What version of yourself have you been postponing? Again, are you connected to someone who's doing this? Okay. So let me, and I see I moving so fast, I forgot to pull your oracle, but I'm going to back up and do just that because the cards are already talking. King of Swords, Knight of Swords, air energy. You're in your mind for sure. The month of August. Oh, you have a birthday coming up, don't you guys? The end of August, right? Is Virgo. Flow, 28. 10 may be significant. And so when they're asking you to flow, Virgo, let's see. It speaks of flow is the natural balance of all beings and things. The movement of the ocean and the cycles of the moon are all perfect examples of flow. They are ever changing, without judgment, and of fluid form. Much like the ocean, the human experience of flow can be rather unpredictable. However, if it is always as it should be, it is time for you to be aware of what your flow is, without judgment. This can mean anything from a minor change in daily habits that will put you more at ease to a major decision concerning career that may lead to a huge positive shift in your life. Staying in your flow simply requires the awareness of how your energy is affected by your thoughts or experiences and choosing the thoughts or experiences that feed into your flow instead of taking you out of it. That's it. Because I was definitely, I felt blockage, and that's where the kids came in, honestly. But there was one more with this money at the end. So we'll see if it comes back up. But we will have money specific readings as well at some point in the next 1 or 2 weeks. So stay tuned for that. But you also need to pay caution to your thoughts, manifestations. Because you start off with this King of Swords and Knight of Swords energy. The King of Swords is, let's see, my mic, is it up? So the King of Swords is cold, serious. He thinks instead of feeling. He reasons more than he gives action towards things. This is an authority on an over something. You're trying to be in charge. You've been thinking about it. So you whatever it is you felt like you are no longer in charge of or you would prefer to be in charge of. I'm getting the career front for most of you. But this is also cutthroat energy. So cutthroat in a negative sense, but discipline in a positive. So depends on what lane you're in this season, Virgo. Um, but be cautious because it could also be the person you're dealing with on the job or in the career field. You have very, very high standards, or they may have. They're very strict and they're very analytical, logical. But what could be crossing this energy or supporting, I honestly think it's a cross. I think it's the two energies. This could be your partner in this business. This could be your boss or your someone who you're superior to. And this person's also assertive, quick, makes quick decisions. They're intellectual, but they know what they want, but they don't take into consideration most times the entire party, right? Or the group, if it's more than one. So they are very focused, they're daring, they're direct, they're fruitful though. So the reason that you got into business with this person was because of this positive side of them. The fruitfulness, the ambition, um, intellectual side, knowing things, perfectionist and decisiveness is also what was key uh, traits that you were drawn to in going into business with this person. This doesn't have to be a bad thing. This could be if you are sitting with, let me consider a person. You may be taking these one or two people into consideration if it's you having to choose. Okay, could be like I said, a partnership in a business. This could be in just any kind of relationship. Take this for what it is. Let's move forward and see if this talks about a specific part of your life or if this is just in general with you dealing with someone or everybody. Okay, flow. Or what are you letting block your thoughts right now? Because which person in this situation is you? Are you the cold, serious, um, cut? So this person, the King of Swords. I'm laughing because I don't want to say the signs yet because you already have people showing up. I don't want us to stick with that. I want you to take these energies first and see if they apply to you or someone around you before we even say a sign because there's two signs here already. And I'm like, dang, who are these people to you? But the Nine of Pentacles is in your past as well as the Page of Swords. And so the Nine of Pentacles is money. Remember, I was telling you about money in the beginning? I can't remember what that is, but independence around your money. There is freedom to be yourself. There's success. This is coming from your past. So I don't know if you don't have that anymore. You're trying to get back to this, but freedom to be yourself financially, success, self sufficiency. Maybe you are the only one who relied on your income. There may be kids now who do because kids were very significant in your morning meditations, but material security, rewarded efforts, achievements, and confidence. So you may have just come out of a very big money season, honestly, or recently did. hmm Mm. Okay, Virgo, I like that for you. But you're coming into a point where you're now considering, and maybe things have gotten heavier with these new financial obligations. And not obligations more than you know how they say the more money you make, the more expenses and the more things that have to be uh you're responsible for. So that's what I'm getting here with this Nine of Pentacles. You've grown in your home, finances, and your energy. Like you've come out of a win. Interesting. I like this for you. Now, more recently, the Page of Swords is here. Nosy, gossip, needs to know everything, investigative. This is a curious energy. This is charity. This is somebody who's probably had their hand out with you. This might be the person you were also talking about in the beginning, or we were talking about in the beginning, that if it's not you, it's them that let their self go. And they're connected to you. Is it kids? But I want to speak to all people, even those who aren't children, but this could be a childlike person you're connected to, could be a relationship. And they're very chatty. They're very curious. Very curious. They communicate a lot. They talk, but they're vigilant, and they have an intellectual relationship. You have a lot of air energy around you. Let me just say that. I'm not going to go to the people, but when I talk about Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra energy, that's when they've already come up. Not Libra, but the Aquarius and the Gemini are these two people that I can't pass up in the forefront. So you may be potentially going into partnership with one of these people or in relationship currently with one of these people. But what's on your mind is the Three of Wands in the reverse, though. What does it say? If this was upright, you would be gaining confidence and expanding. Foresight, you'd be having a momentum, looking ahead, facing your fears, not holding back. But with it being in the reverse, you don't have that. Your confidence is lacking. You're not expanding anymore. Maybe these wins have stopped, but you know that's not always. That's just seasonal, right? So, but with even in this season or the season you feel like you're going into, you feel like there's no expansion opportunity. You feel like there is no momentum. So I think that's why you are trying to partner if this is in career or business, independently. So, right now, if you work for someone else, you're tired of the position, you're ready to grow, and there's nowhere for you to go. You're at the top of this whatever eh, area of, because I'm getting corporate America, nonetheless, for sure. But whatever expertise you are in, you are. I to me, I keep saying no. There's more positions, but they won't look at you for it. Is what I kept seeing. Okay, so you feel held back if it's not on your own dime, your entrepreneurship, your own business, that type of stuff. Okay, so moving forward, the lovers comes up. This suggests that there is, if you're not speaking of love with this partnership, that in your future, right? Now, let's say this was about relationships. We can say that if you are having, this is like choices for sure. Or if you are coupled, you could be having the decision to leave one for another. Take that with look, leave that for the love. We're gonna move on because this could also just be love stability in the union you're already in. This could be romance. This could be twin flame energy. This could be balance because you guys may have lost it. So this is what you're looking for moving forward. This is yin and yang energy. You want equality. You want not necessarily so just throughout the relationship, but within the power of your love and your feelings and affection. So someone feels that some of that's been lost if you're coupled. If you're not singles, this is in your future. I feel you may have been focused on everything else, money, career, business, that you haven't given this attention, Virgo. You have the option for that in the month of August. Okay. Now, how you feel, you want to be satisfied, of course, but you want to you've been wishing and dreaming and hoping and praying for something. I don't know if it's within this partnership, and I'm gonna leave it at partnership because again, apply it where it does fit, business, love, however you see it. But fulfillment, success, pleasure, contentment, spiritual and material attainment. This is what you are sitting in going into August. You have been continuously praying, going to your prayer closet. Um, for those prayer warriors you want in your business, right? Because I felt like I'm not telling them all that because some of them are haters. Okay, you have a lot of people praying for you, and that's a good support circle. But you are doing very well with knowing who you tell certain business to. Great job with that. So, and I can see why when it comes to with your money or love, you are not just like, oh, mom, dad, pray for us. Of course not, because they'll insert themselves for sure. Two of Swords. That's why. And this definitely could be parents or whoever. Whoever, there is this energy around you where their perspective of what's going on with you. I kept wanting to say us, but it's like I'm sitting in your energy. But this partnership, right? Others, and this could be the partner, says they're indecisive. They feel, and they could say this about you, or they could be feeling this way about them. They're very indecisive. They feel like this is a very difficult choice. This partnership potentially, this is on their mind. They may have been saying things to allude to such, but not seeing the way in this. They just can't see any way. Maybe you've approached someone in a partnership opportunity and they still work a 9 to 5 career and they can't give that kind of time. That's what I was seeing. So they're like, I can't see any way in giving you what you need from me. Like they've said that they want to help you, but how do they do that? So it's hidden information as well. They are in denial. There is lack of clarity. They feel stuck in the middle. But this could also be where they feel like you feel like this about them. So, Six of Cups is what you hope, wish, and or dream of, but this could also be a fear. This is innocence, nostalgia, memories, children, fantasy, past, imagination, purity, past love. But um, when I stick with this energy, this is more about relationships and love, and this is you going down memory lane about a specific person and maybe even the one you're with currently, and you're going back to past memories. I keep wanting to say of us because I'm sitting in the energy, but y'all, when you guys once were having good times, right? So this may be a childhood love. You've been in a relationship since they call it high school sweethearts, and you'd like to get back to that. And it doesn't have to be that specific person aside from that specific energy, right? You remember when you used to love like this or love like that, and your last few relationships haven't even touched the surface. Ooh, look at this. I like this for you, Virgo. This is the perfect entrance into your birthday season. This is the Four of Wands. This is, and what do you see on the card? Let me get a good view of it. But doesn't two people at the altar are either coming from the altar, or all I know is he on his knee, she's got her hand out, she has on a wedding gown, and he's got in obviously a suit. So this is not a proposal. This is after. This is to me either you guys are in the process of getting married, or you guys this is after the marriage, but this is home, this is celebrations, this is coming together, this is wedding, clearly. That's why I wanted to show you the imagery first. Stability though, because everybody doesn't have to be going towards marriage for sure. This could be stability in your current relationship. This could be renewals, vow renewals is what I'm getting. If you guys have been married for some time, I got 10 years, and you have probably been questioning, should you do this? That's perfect, especially if things have gotten stale. Lighten it up, wake it up, and it doesn't have to be about this big old union. That looks like just the two of us. Go off and do something for your marriage. You wake it up. Okay. So this is community for sure, but fulfillment, satisfaction, attaining a goal of some sort. I like this. It doesn't, and again, not just about relationships. You're going to win with this partnership. You're going to win with this business. You're going to become stable in this position. Now, if you're going from corporate America to entrepreneurship and or vice versa, right? I also see gig working to permanent corporate America, whatever the switch is that may have just happened with this past win. Or and everybody like probably say, I didn't win, you promoted, you moved up. So don't take it lightly, or don't take it like you didn't win how others did, right? Don't look at everybody else's story. Don't compare yourself, is what I'm also getting, to anyone else. This is your trajectory off of your historical input on what you've done with this career, on what you've done with this partnership. So you judge you on you. So you're going to have fulfillment with this business. You're going to have fulfillment out of the partner you choose. You're going to be satisfied. Okay? So let's get your love card in closing, because this was nice. I like this for you. Who let themselves go though? Oh, I got a message where it could have been someone in this relationship, this renewal. Some people may be questioning, should we even renew? Ooh, like putting in time is one thing, but are you gonna just still feel you're not in a flow with your regular life? Not regular life, but it's like other parts of your life are affected if you're not in that flow of things. I get it. And we did speak of partnerships with the relationship, right? I think we did in the beginning. So look at that. That could be your win. Maybe that's what you two need. I was getting if they let themselves go, it's because they're not even on the career path they choose, and maybe you can motivate them. Okay. All right. Time. So you're winning and they're not, is what that last final message I got, and we're gonna leave the rest of that for the love relationship reading upcoming this week, because there is something in partnership affecting either you, them, or the both of you. Okay. And so, in closing, time, Virgo, you are trying too hard. Give it time. Oh, it's you pushing for this marriage. We'll talk about it in a love reading. We will definitely talking about it in a love reading, because you guys are really trying to talk. I'm about to go because I want to get to my next reading before it's too late. So, did I get all your downloads? I'm just running through my notes one more time, guys, because I don't want to leave anything out, and we finish in a pretty nice timing. But otherwise, if that is nothing more, um, your money's gonna be okay. Your money is definitely gonna be okay. All right. So I thank you guys for joining me today for your general readings. We will be back for your love specific readings and money, career, and um, business. So stay tuned for that. Like, subscribe, comment. Please, guys, vote and tell me what you want next week so I can start getting those um, in order because I don't want to get behind. I said I was going to come back more consistently because this is some of my messages and downloads given to me. So I'm trying to adhere to them as far as what other side gig, not gig, but hobby I'm supposed to be doing. So love and light, guys. See you guys next time. Until next video.